Hi there, how you doing? My name is Robert Renman, and welcome to this third lesson in the series of lessons that I call Stretching the Blues, where we take the minor pentatonic scale, and for each week, for 5 weeks, I'm doing something cool to it. I'm adding a note. And what we have done so far in the 2 previous lessons, we took the minor pentatonic scale. We're here in box 1. We added the major third, so in between the minor third and the fourth. That note. So we have 5, and then we added the major 6, this note. So if we now have 7 notes to work with. So we have, and I showed you some licks based on using those notes previously. Now this week I'm going to show you how you can take the flat 5 interval and add that to the mix. So now we have 8 notes to work with. So the flat 5 is in between the 5th and the 4th. So between 5th and this is the 4th, we have flat 5, which is often called the blues note because it often bend up to that note. You can also call it sharp 4 if you want. It really doesn't matter. Flat 5, taking the 5 and lowering it a half step, or taking the 4th and raising it, it ends up being the same note. So you can view that as you like. But now, the cool thing with adding this note to the mix here is that we have now taken the minor third and we have added the major third. We have the 4th, we have the flat 5 or sharp 4, and the 5, which we can play here as well. So that means we have a chromatic move, which I think is really cool. Right? You'll hear guys like Pat Martino, Wes Montgomery, Oscar Peterson, the legendary piano players from the past. They often incorporated that type of move in sometimes advanced ways, but I'm going to show you a lick that's not too difficult to play, but sounds really good. And but before I do that, I want to just kind of improvise a little bit using these 8 notes. You can hear sort of what it sounds like if we try to create lines by using all of these notes. So I have the backing track here in the key of A. Right? You see how I added in all of these 8 notes, including this new one. And it leads to all sorts of cool ideas. So the lick I'm going to show you today, it sounds like this. I'll play it slowly. And it definitely is jazzy sounding. These chromatic moves tend to often do that, and I play it with a swing feel. To further enhance that jazz feel. So now we have 3 licks that we can play together from the previous 2 lessons and this lesson. So if I play them together, all 3, it will sound like this. Right? Pretty sweet. So let's go over the lick. I'm starting on the root note A here on the 10th fret on the B string. And then I'm switching to the E string, and now I'm going from the 8th fret up to the 12th fret chromatically. Every single note there. But since there's 5 notes in a row, and I have 4 fingers that I can use anyway without counting my thumb, I'm using the last note with my pinky. I'm sliding it over. Then I'm going back to a quick hammer-on from the 8th fret to the 9th fret, so the minor third up to the major third. And then back to root note again where we started. And now I'm going down to that major 6 that we learned last week, and I'll play. So that's 10th fret, 7th fret, switch to G string, 9th fret, back up to the 10th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret again, B string, and ending it with a quick little hammer-on from the minor third, 8th fret E string to the major third on the 9th fret on the E string. I think it sounds best when you do a little hammer-on like that. Now you can just end it on the minor third if you like, or even do a bend. It works too. Depends on how you want to emphasize that last note. So there you have it. A lick that incorporates all of these new 3 notes. So we have 8 notes in total now. The minor pentatonic scale in A. We're adding the major third, the major 6, and the flat 5 or sharp 4. Hope you like that lesson. Check back next week for another installment in this series, Stretching the Blues. Cheers.